You want to back up? You don't want to
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hi. Good morning, Internet. This is Annalisa Lukes with the Lukes Network. I'm here with Jay Lukes, who is filming us today. We are here again for a series of conversations called TasteMakers of California's Central Coast. And this morning, we are here with the Cambria Chamber of Commerce, who's represented by its executive director, Loriene Schwenck. Welcome, Loriene.
Hello,
Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Such a special town, Cambria. If you've not been to Cambria, especially people from Orange County, it's such a nice area. It's seaside, like much of South Orange County, where we're from. But it's really unique because of the Monterey Pines, which we don't have. We have palm trees down there. And we were reflecting on how it's 46 degrees right about now as we were traveling on Highway 46. And it's a great spot. Loriene, thank you again for allowing us to talk with you for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little, before we go into the chamber and what goes on in the city of Cambria, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been here with the Chamber and what got you here.
Well, I've worked for the Chamber of Commerce since July, so I am relatively new to the job, but I am not new to Cambria. I've lived here for 11 years. We moved here in 2010 with my husband, who's retired, and several cats. That number's changing all the time, but there will always be cats. And we have always loved the Central Coast. We came from Colorado, and we noticed that we would take a trip to the ocean, get home, and immediately start planning the next trip. And so, you know, when you're living in an absolutely gorgeous place that a lot of people want to go to, and you're thinking about being somewhere else, might as well go there. Yeah. And so it worked, and we're here, and we absolutely love being here. We've got Big Sur as our backyard. And it's absolutely wonderful. You can see the Milky Way at night. It's quiet. I heard owls. I've been hearing it's fall right now, and the bucks are in their rut. So it's really cool, because if you're just quiet at night, you can just hear the click, 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 click as they. So it's just cool. A special spot for that. It's a place to be quiet, aware of your surroundings. Yeah, it's just a peaceful place.
Hear the air, not think so much, and lots of open space, which we love. So at the Lukes Network, we're a sustainability and marketing firm.
Love that.
And one of the things that we really sort of uplift is the notion of doing well and doing good, and taking care of people, profit, and planet. And open space and conservation of spaces is certainly one aspect of that. Talk a little bit about Cambria's open spaces, and if somebody who's never been to Cambria, what would they see? What is the tallest building in Cambria? That kind of thing.
Well, I'll talk first a little bit about open spaces, because we do have an area called the Fiscalini open space, the Fiscalini Ranch, which was owned by the Fiscalini family, but then got sold originally to be developed, and then the town bought it. And so it is set aside now forever. One of my volunteers is also a volunteer for them, so she knows exactly how many acres and all of that. But there's numerous trails. You can walk through the Monterey Pines, you can walk along the ocean. There's a path for your bicycle or your horse, depending. But here is a beautiful space that's just set aside forever, and I really love that. I don't think we have anything over 3 stories in this town. It's very small. There are no chains, with the exception maybe of one of the gas stations. 2 of the gas stations, all okay. You'll find others of those elsewhere, but you will get coffee from a locally owned coffee roaster. You will eat at restaurants frequently growing their own food and produce. You will eat beef that is raised around here, feeding off this gorgeous landscape with this ocean air. I think they must be very happy.
Oh my
goodness. It is we're kind of a sustainability kind of place. We've got our farmers market year round. So all year round you can eat locally. You can buy from within your zone and eat something locally. So that I'm very excited about sustainability.
Phenomenal.
And then we actually have little ecotourism kits for folks if they'd like. So they can, if they come and tell us at the chamber that they'd like to do something for Cambria while they're enjoying Cambria, they can get a tote bag from us, and within that is a little garbage bag and some gloves, and then a sheet of paper where they can check off items if they've picked them up. So you can hang out at the beach and look for moonstones.
Yes.
And you can also say, if you see somebody's cup or somebody's beer bottle, which of course rarely happens. But if you do, you can pick those things up. And then if you want, drop that off to us. And then you get the tote bag that says Cambria and all of that. So we actually encourage that. So if people happen to mention that when they're in the chamber, I like to run back and get them that kit.
That's amazing. That's a way to get people involved in a really nice, simple, kind way and keeping Cambria clean.
Well, I can't say how often I'm taking a walk and say, oh, shoot, I forgot my bag. And so this is just a nice little kit if somebody, like I say, if they want to, they can.
Yeah. So the Cambria Chamber of Commerce is on Main Street, right? And this is the northern end of town, would you say?
Well, we say we have our West Village and our East Village. Of course, the West Village is at the more northern end of town, but we are closer to the ocean.
Yes.
In the East Village, you go south on Main Street,
yeah,
which parallels Highway 1.
We'll talk about the ocean in a little bit, but first let's talk a little bit about Cambria itself. I'm curious to know, if you happen to have the information offhand, how many residents live here, and do you have a sense of how many visitors come to the area on any given basis? Let's set aside the COVID-19.
Sure, right. Yeah. Well, tourism is our major industry. It says on the signs about 6,000 people live here. I think some of those might be second homes. It feels more about 2,500 to 2,800 are around here. If you want to go somewhere, you park right in front of it. Most likely, you hardly have to walk. There's no meters. It's, very sweet. Like that. So I don't really have numbers offhand. I was working at a hotel beforehand, and even with the exception of those early months in COVID, we were close to sold out all the time. Really? So it is a significant place for people to visit. There is a lot of tourism here. I'm sorry, I don't have some precise numbers.
Well, Loriene joined the chamber just, a few months, really weeks ago. And so, it's fine because really it doesn't really matter how many people come to visit. It's just that as long as you come and visit, right? That's the point. So tell us a little bit about what to do here when people do come to visit. Let's say they're from Orange County, they want to get away.
Right.
Yeah.
We have some terrific galleries. We've got new ones. There is something for every taste. It is amazing. There are other beautiful shops, some of them antique, secondhand, with some fantastic, fascinating stuff, just because so many people came here from so many places. So there's just such an interesting variety of things here. There are wonderful restaurants. To me, the main thing here is to spend time outside. So you've got Moonstone Beach, you've got that Fiscalini open space. There is the elephant seal rookery, which has been here since 1990. They 4 females came ashore in the winter of 1990, gave birth, and babies tend to come back to the same beach. There are now around 4,000. And it is now part of the state parks. Yeah. There are docents there. It is always fascinating. They are always there all year round. If you are able to come close to winter, late November, December, January, the females are giving birth and the males are fighting over their harems. It is a soap opera. It is the best reality show around. The males don't kill each other, so children can come. They really are. It's really, since they're not eating on the beaches, they have to conserve their energy. So it's more a little bit about, I'm taller than you, I'm louder than you, I'll bang into you, and then it's like, oh, I'm tired. So it's dramatic and fun, but it's not, nothing scary.
Yeah.
And at least once a year, I like to see a birth. So I really challenge folks to come up in December or January and really spend time. And that's my main thing, is plan to spend time. Plan to stop. It isn't a place where you need to check off a whole bunch of things. The best thing to do is to just spend time, just to stop, because our lives don't involve a lot of stopping and thinking, resting. Here, there's no hurry.
Oh, I love that.
There's just no
That's
hurry.
like a tagline.
So, you've heard about maybe there's that ninth wave that's bigger than the others. Watch a couple of sets and count the waves. See the ninth wave. Don't just believe it because someone told you. Watch and count. Try to figure out the difference between balls of kelp and otters. Wow. So there's otters and notters, and really look. And when you're watching the elephant seals, you can start to see the stories. You can start to see the family groupings. And then it's kind of fun because try to think of how often you've heard that sound in the movies. The noises that the elephant seals make have been used in the film, in movies. Really? So I start to laugh now when I hear elephant seals in movies, and it's the bad guy or something like that in some films. So it's just a place to stop, notice, listen. Yeah, be present. Mm-hmm. And the best thing is we've got terrible cell service. So you will disengage. You will disengage when you're here. So it's not as bad as it was. You're not completely cut off, but plan to be a little cut off.
Perhaps that's intentional, maybe not. But if you want to get away, get away.
Get away. Be away.
Be away. I love that idea. So if somebody were wanting to get away here, what are let's say the busiest times of the year and what's going on in the community? If somebody wanted to come out here and get away but still be amongst something that is going on. Do you have one or two events that you'd like to highlight?
Well, I know right now we're talking in October when we've got our Scarecrow Festival. And so various businesses in town have put a scarecrow out front, but there's also various venues and vignettes around the town. My favorite is from Coco, the movie. There's all these scenes from Coco. The scarecrows are just stunning. There's Pirates of the Caribbean. There's artists, and somebody did first responders. So October is lovely, and again, there's no map, but the town is small. Just walk around, you'll see all the scarecrows, I promise. So I like that. And then October is usually the sweetest weather, where it's finally warm. Though this morning maybe not so much, and no fog because it's cooled off inland. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. So that is one time when it definitely gets busy and it's really lovely. Summer gets busy as well. It's often very cool and foggy here, but it's so hot everywhere else it feels good. But it's not like Malibu or all of those kinds of beaches. You will want a wetsuit if you're going to swim, or you'll want to be bundled up. Bring the sweater, bring the jacket, a scarf, maybe a hat, even in July. And it can get a little crowded, but it is just gorgeous in the summer. And it's never terribly crowded here. Never,
it's just like when you were talking just now, I was thinking it's kind of like a soft place to land. Getting cozy and breathing.
Right.
You're making me feel so chill right now listening to you. That's amazing.
Right.
So are there parting words that you want to talk about? Let's see, we're here in front of this poster that says Canberra Art and Wine Festival. Now, this is from 10 years ago, 2011. Right. Tell us a little bit.
We are thick in the planning for I believe it'll be the 19th Art and Wine Festival. It will be these same dates, so January 28th, 29th, and 30th of 2022. There are tickets still available. You can reach us on our website or CambriaArtWine.org, I think is right. But you can definitely find it if you look for Cambria Art and Wine Festival. So there will be various artists and various wineries. And if you pay, even for a main event ticket, for $40, you can go through the town where the wineries will be pouring and artists will be displaying their work, and different vendors. So it is visual art as well as there might be jewelry, there might be pottery, there'll be a number of different vendors here. And so that is a really exciting weekend. It's always the weekend without the Super Bowl. So it's that weekend between the playoffs and the games. So if that matters, this is a weekend you can go away. Yes. So that works. And it will be all, most of the day Friday, all day Saturday, and then into the early afternoon on the Sunday. And a really special event.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much, Loriene. Come to Cambria. It's such a wonderful place. stop by the chamber
Please
office.
do. Love it when people come in and say hello.
Lots of information. Get an eco kit and just be present here and enjoy a few days and take your time. Well, we'll see you at the next program, TasteMakers, in just a few minutes, actually. But thank you again, Loriene. You did a phenomenal job of talking about Cambria, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.